Hey everybody, Exelbirth here, taking a look at Yogventures Alpha 0.01, and I'm doing things a bit different this time. I'm recording a voiceover, so if I sound off, please forgive me. Now, I've been looking forward to this game for quite a while, mainly because I'm interested in how different it's going to compare to Minecraft. One of the obvious things is that it's much more graphically advanced, but there's also some bugs, one of which you'll see in just a moment. My face will be visible in first person mode. Movement is pretty basic. WASD to move around, space to jump, shift will toggle sprinting, and I opens your inventory. Now things do take a little bit of time loading up a world for the first time, so I went ahead and cut away with the recording just so I can, you know, get the world loaded first and start recording that. So we seem to have spawned on top of a mountain, and I was trying to walk around first person, see if the face would disappear at all. It didn't, so I switched to third person mode with the F5 button and was actually able to take a look with the character. Well, take a look at the character, not with the character. It's a pretty decent model for a alpha version game. So, decided probably the best place to start poking around is in this valley where there's some grass and trees. Maybe try making a fort or something out of it, which unfortunately is not going to go very well for me. So, as you can see, when I open the inventory, you get two different tools to start with, a pickaxe and a bomb. You can also click and drag your inventory around, and it does have a lot of space. Now, unfortunately, you can't use the scroll wheel to switch between your items. You have to click and drag them up into the hotbar, and then you have to press 1 through 9 to switch between them. Of course, this is still an alpha game, and I did have a little bit of a problem there trying to drag the picture of the item onto the number slot when you have to drag the mouse to the slot. So I decided to try out the bombs, see what they do, and as you see, it rolls around quite a bit and starts rolling back towards me. And I'm trying to click a bunch of different buttons to see if I can force the bomb to explode, and nothing happens. It just rolls right back to me and past me. Try throwing another one, does pretty much the exact same thing. So I couldn't figure out how to use the bombs, but I could use the pick. And when you use the pick, blocks just pop right out of the ground into the air, and they keep their texture on them. So if a grass block has a white flower on it, it'll keep that white flower. If it has a pink flower on it, it keeps the pink flower, and they go into different stacks in your inventory. Now, I did have a small problem here. Well, I will have a small problem in a bit. I haven't figured it out quite yet. Just walking around, digging a hole, gathering blocks, so I can try making up a base. And there's the different grass textures. Dirt, pink flower, white flower, grass. After I started cycling through the buttons, and when I hit the K button, I started doing these weird movements. I'm not sure what they are. I think they're just like little emoticons. They're definitely not useful for fighting. I like how the bombs are still just rolling around in the background. Yeah, there seems to be a small range of emoticons, and it will cycle through them all every time you press the K button. Now, I kept pressing buttons on the keyboard, and when I hit the C button, it brought this menu up. So it looks like you can customize your character in-game a bit as well. You got several different body types, including different genders. clicking the head option changes your face a bit. Not very much. The hair option doesn't change a thing until you click the little box right next to it, which gives your character hair. And the options for hair don't seem to be all that varied. So I decided why not just try making my guy look as goofy as possible. The little slider bars on the right there adjust the color of your hair. So I decided to make my guy have very blue hair. Eyebrows come in different shapes as well. I went ahead and kept going for goofy, made my guy have really bushy eyebrows, and gave him this sideburn mustache combo. The beards, there's quite a lot of them, but I decided a beard didn't really suit this guy. So I'll be taking that off in a moment. Just a small adjustment to the hair, because pure blue is a little bit harsh on the eyes. Now, the skin option doesn't actually change your skin, it changes your basic clothing, which there are quite a lot of different styles of clothing. I decided that these purple stripe and star pajama things look decent enough. Then I had a little bit of issue. I couldn't click on the different armor options. It wasn't letting me select anything. I was even having a hard time moving around the what's the word? The menu tab for it. I was able to fix it though by pressing C to exit the menu and bring it back up again. And since in my Minecraft series I do a lot of magic stuff, I decided to go for a wizard outfit. And I learned that you cannot use right-click to go back with your options. You have to go all the way through. Found a cape that matched the hat. Decided to try looking for gloves and encounter that same problem again where I couldn't click anything. And this time closing the menu and bringing it back up didn't help at all. So, rotated the view and brought it back up again, and it seemed to work out this time. So, I was able to look through the glove options. Those gloves kind of matched the outfit, so I went with those. Belt options, there's a few decent ones I go with. That looks like kind of spell component pouches. I decided to go with the blue one to match my cape and hat and beard. Not beard, mustache. The skirt option, it wouldn't let me even select it for some reason, so I decided to ditch that one and try checking out the boots. Unfortunately, the angle I was at, I couldn't see the boots. And it seems that this skin kind of clips with boots, so I decided just go with some gray clothing, since that doesn't clip the boots at all, and get rid of the gloves. So there we have it, my weird alpha wizard, and here is where I found a problem. For some reason, I can't jump up on top of a block, which means I can't even get out of the hole I dug in. Now the problem with that is that if you dig a hole and go collect the resources, if you want to go collect the resources, you have to jump into the hole, which means you can't get out of the hole. So I was stuck here, unable to do a thing. But I figured, what the heck, I'll just keep on digging. I probably could still show off some stuff. And I decided try chopping down this tree. Now, I was having a little bit of an issue seeing things because, well, it's dark. Very dark in the shadows. Like, so dark you can't even see what is what. So, go to the option menus. Unfortunately, the only option is mouse sensitivity, which doesn't really help very much when you're trying to make the game brighter. So I decided to try skipping ahead a bit and found that there's a time between dawn and dusk and, well, a time between day and night where the entire world goes completely black and you cannot see anything really. That makes it very hard to actually play the game. Now, maybe it's supposed to be that you need to craft torches or fires or something. I wasn't able to even figure out how to craft anything, if you can yet. And after spending some more time trying to jump out of the hole I dug myself in, I gave up and decided to go for the nearest tree I could actually see a path through. Started digging out around there, got to the tree, and I couldn't break the tree at all. Couldn't figure out how. And more failing at trying to jump right out of the hole. Still can't do it. Getting to the tree, I actually try clicking on the tree, but I am just mining the blocks right behind it, which doesn't help at all. It seems I'm completely unable to interact with this tree. It's the only tree I actually tried interacting with, so if I'm able to interact with any other trees, I don't know. I am, however, able to walk through the tree and, well, you can see the result. So at this point, I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated since I'm trapped in a hole, unable to do anything at all, and decide what the heck, I'll just expand the hole as big as I can and see what else I can do in here. So now that we have a giant hole in the ground, just have to run, pick up all this stuff so that I can actually see the ground. Now, one thing I am a little bit curious about is why am I able to see the blocks I've picked up just hovering on my screen? I think they're showing up in the inventory, but the inventory is like bugging out or something. So when I open the inventory, it does show up right where they were. Now here I encountered another small problem. At times, I'm not even able to jump an inch off the ground, like there. And I also found out if I actually hold the space bar, I will do this weird little falling to the ground, flail your arms about thing. While funny, it doesn't help me at all. And there is actually something I didn't notice until a little bit later. If you look at my inventory right now, where my pickaxe used to be, there's now a gold ore block. Basically, my pickaxe turned into some gold ore, and I was unable to use it as a pick. You also currently do not use up any items while placing them. I think it was at this point I realized I couldn't get my pickaxe out. Which meant I was literally stuck in this hole for good. So I walked around a bit, just wondering what I can do now that I have no pickaxe and I'm unable to break blocks. I can only place blocks that I can't even jump up on. And I have a tree that I can just walk through. Obvious answer, try sprint jumping. And still fail to jump on the blocks. And the sun is starting to go down again, so it's going to be dark soon as well. Now, fortunately, there's not any monsters that seem to come out at night. My first time playing, though, I did find a frog, I think they're called, which did attack me and kill me because I couldn't even figure out how to attack it. Now, I did find out that even though there was a bit of gold ore sitting right where my pickaxe should be, I was able to pull my pickaxe out from right behind where it was. And into the darkness we go as the sun starts to set. Now, I really don't know if this is supposed to be happening because all the textures just turn completely black. You're unable to see anything. So, after being stuck in this hole for so long, I decided I would try digging a hole straight through the mountain to escape. Which is a lot easier said than done, considering once I go into this hole, it turns completely dark and I'm unable to see any textures. So I think maybe that darkness right before daylight and the moon rises is supposed to be intentional. Possibly. Now, I did find another glitch while I was doing this. While in third person and moving the camera around, you can see through the ground into the world. Now, this did help me out a little bit trying to dig through the mountain, but not very much, because I still couldn't see very well. But this has been my first look at Yogventures. It's got a lot of work that needs to be done to it, but that's the same for pretty much every alpha game. Hope you guys enjoyed. And once this game actually comes out fully, I think I will actually try doing a let's play of it. So let's try to wave goodbye, cycle through the emoticons. Nope, that's a kick. That's close enough. See you later, guys.